Yes, I'm live. Don't give a shit how I work this stuff. It tells me to rotate stuff. But anyway, I want to give you a big heads up about what's going on here in Ironton, Ohio. A lot of cops leaving IPD. A lot of cops going to Portsmouth PD, Chillicothe, other places. I will be telling you each and every officer, and I'm live right now, so if you got any questions, go ahead and shout it out. I'm going to give a big shout out to Bane. That's what I call him. Big old boy. And he took up for me, and he's taking up for me. Brian Webb, also Jason Edwards. I've got 5 or 6 men in black suits that are going to accompany me anywhere I need to go. And Goo, and your joke of a legislator channel making fun, honey, you might be beefed up. But do you beat your wife? Where's she at? Did she leave you? Legislator, where's your wife and all your kids? Are you taking care of them? I don't think so. You got a question for me? Come on, bring it on. Excuse me, I'll give you a minute. Let me check my... Chad, you got anything to say? Evan? You got anything to say, honey? Evan. Dan. I want to give a shout out to Officer Jordan because I recently heard, excuse me, allergies. Recently heard that Officer Jordan actually apologized for IPD and told a female officer that he didn't want responsibility of IPD having that reputation. So, honey, I don't know you, Officer Jordan, but I would love to promote your character and your kindness, empathy, and compassion for being a police officer in the city of Ironton. If you had the balls to go down and apologize to a lady and say, listen, this is not what we want IPD to be portrayed as, this is what you can make a change, honey. You yourself can make a change from all of the past, people that are dead and gone, honey. You cannot hurt anybody's feelings. I don't care who hurts my feelings. Anybody got anything to say, you go ahead and ask me because I'm right here. I gotta get my glasses though. But let me tell you something. You don't want to mess with Bane. Okay. Hey, Rita. Hey, yeah, I'm bringing it on. Have you ever heard me not to bring it on, honey? Yes. But I tell you what. Anyway, I'm just going to simply remove my glasses because I don't care what anybody says. And if you say something derogatory toward me, it's not going to hurt my feelings, honey. I sleep very well at night. So, as a matter of fact, I'll put my phone down. All I'm saying is there's a lot of shit going on here. 2 cops reached out to me, and now everybody's in a big frenzy. You want to talk about a hostile work environment? You want to live my life that I lived for 13 years of every day worrying if somebody that was backing you up was going to kill you? Everybody's armed down there. Everybody knows everybody's secret. Everybody knows who everybody slept with. Everybody knows who everybody drugged. Everybody knows who everybody done anything to anybody. Do you think those cops are talking to me? Wow. How do you think your work day's going to go, guys? How do you think my work day went for 13 years, being the first woman at IPD in the history of the city of Ironton, where the very first day, you're not wanted here, young lady. We don't want women and we don't want blacks. And I had to wear a wire to protect my life for 13 years. And everybody's, 2 people have those tapes. Yes, I can't read that. Don't have my glasses on, but hopefully my moderators are on there. It's late at night. I do it late at night. I want to give a shout out to Bane. That's what I named him. And like I said earlier, this town is so crazy. And it's not like any other town. It's not. I mean, I'm sure there's other towns that are like this, but you talk about the pipeline and the CI that they called out certain deputies at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. And yes, he's safe, and I'll be interviewing him again, again and again and again. I've already got 7 videos that I haven't uploaded yet to protect his safety from his own family and his own the people, the prosecutor's office, the people that had him do that. Also be talking to family members, people that stole $60,000 or more dollars out of the evidence room. Now let me tell you something about the evidence room. You want to talk about the evidence room? It's a 6x9 room, okay? The whole 4th floor of the city building is supposed to be the evidence room. But we all know what happens to the evidence, don't we? Don't be scared. You can speak out. I know it's late, but I know some of you are up trolling. But let me tell you something. When I worked in the old at Market Street, there was a leak in the roof, and the current mayor, they had all the important documents right under the leak in the roof. Why is that? So they would ruin the documents. So it's not like a Aaron Brockovich thing where they shred them. Back then, they simply let the roof leak and ruin the documents. So let's do an audit. How about we call the officials, if they're not corrupt, how about we call the officials and say, look, I think we need an audit. We need to know all of the evidence, all the police reports that's happened in the last for at least 40 years. If you can't find a rape report where Michael Lutz was arrested by Jimmy Akers, a dear friend of mine, rest in peace, sir, arrested you, Mike Lutz, you little pussy, for rape, and Pam Wagner said, we can't find it. We can't find it. It's not here. But oh my God, why is on city council? Pam, you know you are sitting there right now in your garage all alone, drinking your beer and doing whatever you do, thinking about everything you've done to me just to get ahead. I didn't have to suck a dick. You did though, didn't you, honey? What did you accomplish in your life, Pam? And I don't care about all your friends. I don't care. I went to high school with a lot of your friends. I don't care about your friends. My loyal friends are my loyal friends. That's who I protect. Pam, honey, no beef with you. We had a good time. Do you remember the time when I was a sergeant and you were a patrol officer because, I beat you on the sergeant's test? Anyway, we had fun, didn't we? We had fun on the weekends because the captains don't work on the weekends. It's just me and you. We went to a house on North 2nd, and I was sick, and you knew I was sick, and the cars were broke down. We had to drive in the same car. We went down there, and we went in this house. Everything we went in there, the heat was so high. And then, Pam, I'm telling you this sincerely, from my heart. I had a good time working with you, man. You were fun. We got great. We got along great. I have no beef with you, but you're corrupt. Okay, anyway, that's for the Supreme Court to decide. But we went to this house, and everything in the house was Indians. I mean, everything all over. And it was hotter than the surface of the sun in there. And we went in there, and this lady was sitting in a chair. A lot of family members around, and you looked at me, and I looked at you, and this lady came out, and she said, my daughter won't do anything. I can't tell her to do anything. And I said, ma'am, have a seat. And she sat down. So then her daughter came out. Pam, if you remember this correctly, honey, I'm not talking bad about you. I'm bringing up fun that we had together. She came out and she said, have a seat. And the mom kept trying to tell the daughter what to do, and she wouldn't listen to her mother. So Pam and I had just about enough of that. And I was sick, and I was getting ready to go home, and Pam knew that. It was hot in there. Indians everywhere. Statues, pictures, I'm not racist about anything, and it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But anyway, the mother came in there and she was mad because her daughter wouldn't obey her or what she said. So anyway, daughter come in there. We talked about it. Pam talked about it. We talked about it. The mom said she just simply, I just simply want her to leave here. Okay, and the mother told her, put your shoes and socks on. And her daughter wouldn't do it. So I looked at Pam, and Pam looked at me, and all of a sudden, just out of a spurt, Pam said, put your shoes and socks on! I love you, Pam. I love you. I have no beef with you. And the girl put her shoes and socks on, and when the girl walked by, the mother said, and put your coat on too. And you know what? Um, I have no problem with Pam Wagner. I don't. How you reached to where you got, I have a problem with. But we had fun together. And I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with who you were with at the police department. That's none of my business. I also have a problem with when I confided with you with what happened with Jamie Sparks in 2008, 2007, that you went right to James P. Carey and told him. And if you were truly my friend, honey, you wouldn't have done that. But to gain where you got, you did that. To take me out of the equation, you did that. Why did IPD want me gone? You want to know why? Because I was pressed. I was creased. My cruiser was clean. And let me talk about this one more time about the cruisers. All of a sudden one year, everybody was going to get a cruiser. And I've said this time and time again. It's in the book. It's going to be in the second, third, and fourth. Second book, Warrior Within. I'm on a horse. Have no clue why. Coming out in February. But I lost my train of thought on the horse thing. But no, the whole thing is I have no problem with anybody at IPD. But when you get by with having sex on duty, on video, and get a memo, and you are still at 63 years old, and Dan, honey, I love you to pieces. No problem with you, but you still have a job, right? I don't have a job. You people, not you people, City of Ironton and the city officials took that away from me simply because I was a threat of kindness, empathy, compassion, and honesty, integrity, and character. And you guys can't handle that. And I think we all see how it crumbles. I think we all see that. I think we all see the turnover there. It took me 9 years to take the sergeant's test, and then I did accomplish that. And these young boys coming in there, especially with Senate Bill 53, young boys coming in there, been there for 6 months and get captain. That's a problem. That's a problem. And thank you, Shelly Simmons, for making the shirts. It says Beth Rist says that's a problem. Those will be coming out soon. All the money I get from my cups, decals, anything, all be going to autistic kids. So you guys say whatever. I honestly feel like nobody's concentrating on this conversation. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay because I'm not going away. I'm not going away. And Kina. Anyway, thank you guys for watching me in my famous Funyun bologna sandwich. Just wait till tomorrow. Now I can cook up a big old feast, you know that. But I will continue. I don't bother the police. If somebody contacts me about the police bothering them, then I will get involved. Otherwise, I could care less what they do. Now, Sam, honey. Sam, Dan. Just like, honey, I'm not going to call you out, Terry. I think I did. The mayor's secretary. Honey, you were so kind to me when I was on city council. You had a legal pad on my desk every single day for me. I've called 7 days in a row about the brush out in front of my house that all the neighbors collect here every year and have done since my grandfather had this place. It's a park. There's 22 trees across the street and 4 trees in my yard, okay? If my cruiser was sitting out front, that shit would be gone. Well, who's the new code enforcement officer? It's not Joe Ross. Not Joe Ross. Who is it? I think it's Pam Wagner. How many city how many city employees double dip? I'm not blaming you for it. If you can double dip, you go ahead and knock yourself off. Knock yourself out. But if you can retire and then get a pension, a salary, and come back and get a salary, I know that's a normal thing. But what do you citizens and you taxpayers think about that? What do you think about your tax dollars going towards somebody that simply is called abusive, corrupt, and then they hire him back to do another job? Pam, if you're the code enforcement officer, come up here and get this shit out of the fucking street in front of my house. Because, yeah, like I said, if I was on city council, that would have been done when I was on city council. Pam, you know you did it, Pam. Called me first because you knew no matter what the police department did to me, I would always support you, right? Beth, we need bulletproof vests. Okay, you got it. Beth, we need this. You got it. Fire department, Moose, you know you did it. Every union meeting. Oh, you never see the fire department or the cops at any city council meeting until it comes down to union time, right? Okay, I took up for all of you. And for you to disrespect me, for each of you firefighters to disrespect me, or the police officer to disrespect me, I tell you what, you will have to deal with that. Not me. I don't have any hate for you. How do you sleep at night knowing what I've been through? And Beth Rist, yeah, she's a bitch. Honey, you're damn straight, I'm a bitch. You're Skippy, I'm a bitch. You have not seen me be a bitch yet. Okay? And the whole age thing, and Mr. Goo, what happened to you? Honey, listen, I'm jumping rope. I will show a video soon, and the guy that I put on my YouTube about jumping rope, and you guys have no idea who you're dealing with here. It's not physical capacity. It's a mental capacity. You cannot beat me mentally. You can't. And you can make fun of me all of you want. You can make fun all you want. Any police officer that is on social media by any police department, that should be not allowed. You are in official capacity to protect and serve. Why should you be on there talking on the social media? Why should you be driving a city vehicle out of state to Barbersville, West Virginia, and the city of Ironton and Lawrence County paying tax dollars to pay for your gas to go home and beat your fucking wife? And you know, Chad, I'm talking about you. Do you not drive a cruiser home to Barbersville? Do you not? You have to live in Lawrence County, Ohio to drive a police cruiser home. And let's talk about that. Who takes care of the police cruisers in the city of Ironton? Who provides the equipment? Who changes the oil? Who does all that? Well, let's talk about tackets. You want to talk about tackets? Well, I think I'll save that for another RICO thing when I'll do later. Nothing personal against anybody. Let's go back to the sheriff's office. I did another thing the other day. I simply went down to American Lube to see what it's going to cost to get my Navigator oil changed. And boom, deputy come in there and got his oil changed. Do you do that on duty? Does the sheriff? Where are you at, Jeff? You at Disney? Do you guys do that on duty while you're on duty? What if your car's hooked up there and you get an emergency call that somebody might be killed? Well, you're getting your oil changed while I'm there. What's the odds on that? Anybody got anything to say, or are you just too chicken shit like everybody else? I'm going to put my glasses on right now, and let's see what we got here. Anybody else got anything to say? Oh, come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, guys. Listen, Hey, you can't hurt my feelings. Nobody can hurt my feelings. You think I'm afraid of anybody? Honey, my last name is Rist, and my mom and dad uh, didn't raise a fool. You can check my history, uh, generations and generations back, and Penny Press can tell you all about the similarities of my generations back, talking about being a writer, talking about equality, talking about LGBTQ and the IA, all the other things extended on that. I am not ashamed of who I am. I will never be ashamed of who I am. I do not wake up in the morning and decide what I'm going to do physically with somebody. I honestly have said this in tons of video. YouTube can shut me down. I don't care. I'll be back. But I don't think a man wakes up in the morning one day and just says, "Whew, I think I'll suck a dick today." No, that's not how it happens. That's not how it happens. And and now with this new Gen Z or whatever, you guys have no idea what it was like back in the 80s. You have no idea what it was like back in the 80s. Excuse me. People shot at you when you went in bars to try to hold your partner's hand. Now you guys are dancing in the streets and rainbows and everything, all that. I'm glad for you, honey, but just like, I could go on and on and on about this stuff, and I will. I want to give a shout out to several people. Rights On, great. Delete Laws, a Penny Press, Bain, and J, M, and A. I don't have their permission to say all their names, but I tell you what, if you get a chance, people ask me why I don't go to certain businesses. Well, I will go to businesses and I will promote those businesses, but if those certain places are under the puppeteers of building us, Sam Kremlin, they don't want me to come there, do they? But you know what? I don't care to promote anybody that is loyal to me. So Coon's Corner, we go way back, and I'm not trying to cause them any harm, but if you want to go in there, it's a great place. Tailgaters, Ralph Cox, all of you guys at Carlisle across the street, go down there, 3rd and Pine, and have a field day. Grannies, love you guys, supportive of me. Cops have arrested him for years. So many other places here in the city of Ironton that I will continue to support. Also, I will continue to support Patties and Pints in Ashland, Kentucky. I will continue to support other places, Texas Roadhouse. I will continue to support Core Wellness Health. Dr. J, thank you, honey. I know you're gone now. Dr. Kurt, thank you. The adjustment on my neck. I think when you adjusted my neck, I asked you if you would marry me, honey, and you said you were married. I was just playing, but man, Core Wellness Center over in Ashland, Kentucky, right behind Texas Roadhouse. I want to give them a shout out, Dr. Kurt, and listen to me. I'm not going anywhere, and I obviously see most people are asleep, and that's fine. But tomorrow you'll see it, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'm not going anywhere. So if you hear anything happens to me, don't fret, because if it does, I'll be at the gates of glory. Okay? This is Beth Rist. God bless. I'm going to shut this down. I don't care if I do it right or not. How's that? Let's try it. 1, 2.